collect. So they're all in. And they're racing immediately in the first away. Kelvinator won the start, anticipated it brilliantly. Leads Bondi Plunge and now gathering pace. Let's Talk is going to roll across and assume control at the 1,000. Let's Talk about 3/4, almost a length now. Kelvinator. Bondi Plunge posseed up, running third, a length and a half away on the inside. My Lovely Pet being closely followed then by Yelling Up Girl, who's midfield. 2 lengths like no other. Hymns of Eladir pull the trigger, and a clear last is Ocean Goddess. 650 from the judge, and the leader is the fave. Shows the way, does it well for Romilly. Let's Talk from Kelvinator, just edging its way a little closer. My Lovely Pet down on the inside, pocketed by the mare Bondi Plunge, and further back behind them, Yelling Up Girl like no other, 3 deep. Hymns of Eladir skirts the rail, pull the trigger, and Ocean Goddess homeward bound now at the 300, and Let's Talk a length clear. Kelvinator over on the inside, My Lovely Pet down the outside, Bondi Plunge, but making heavy weather of it. Let's Talk responds. 100 from home. It's Let's Talk holding Kelvinator down the outside, Bondi Plunge, but Let's Talk's in front close to the post, and Let's Talk all the way beat Kelvinator and Bondi Plunge. Hymns of Eladir snuck up behind those. Ocean Goddess, My Lovely Pet like no other, pull the trigger next home, and back towards the tail is Yelling Up Girl. Let's Talk, Lachdale Romilly, number 4. Pretty much all of the way after, going to the lead and heading off Kelvinator soon after the start. Goes back to back now, Let's Talk, and records 2 wins from as many starts this preparation. Scoring from Kelvinator, Bondi Plunge, they should be the numbers after the running of race 4 with Hymns of Eladir in 4th placing. The winner is by I'm All the Talk from Bessan Rose from the Jim Taylor stable, and a race by Tina Lois Taylor, DJ Jeffries, G Simmons, R McDonald and J McDonald, Mrs LJ Pattett, along with M Murphy and B Rhodes, C and also Mrs RD, J Asaya and S and Mrs B Newman, and ridden by Lucky Romilly. Takes out race number 4, the first heat of the autumn series. From Kelvinator by Heritage, Taj Dyson for Fred Kersley, Bondi Plunge by Bondi from La Plunge, Brad Parnham aboard for Dan Morton, and Hymns of Eladir in 4th place. More to come as we look at race 5, the Coolridge Handicap over the 1400 the next today, and it's clear of changes at 2:24. 1:10.38 is the time here, so that's been a good run once again. Times have overall been pretty quick here this afternoon, and the margin 3/4 in favour of the winner, a short neck, 2nd and 3rd. 4-2-3-1, the numbers have been confirmed. Okay, let's go to Lockie down in the yard after the victory, and a happy Lockie Taylor there, of course, down here with the Jim Taylor stable. Let's Talk has now won 3 from 5, and certainly won the battle for the lead and was able to stave them off quite comfortably at the finish, Lock.
Thanks, Darren. Yes, nice win from Let's Talk, a horse that has returned really nicely this time in. Dad's headed back to the farm to drop Nikki Motor off back home after her 2nd in the opening race of this afternoon, and obviously we'll saddle up Ginnivan later on today here at Ascot. But Scotty, the big query on this horse was how he would handle the corner here at Ascot. Didn't exactly handle it all that well, but as you said off air, when you do find the front, you're at liberty to be able to just roll off the fence, and that's exactly what Lachdale did.
Correct, and you can sort of ride through that flat spot that he tends to hit, and at the same time you don't, if he say settled one out, one back, you don't have to make a run even further around them. So I think here today that's probably a really good opportunity for him just to still learn a little bit about where to put his legs. He still looks like he's a bit lost in everything he does, but there's no doubting his ability. He's now won 3 races from only 5 starts. He's the winner of the first heat of this series, the final being at Belmont Park, and no doubt Belmont Park will be more suitable to him than Ascot, and also worth $100,000. So plenty more in store for this lightly raced horse who's got lots of natural talent, and I'm sure Lachdale will be pretty happy with the result.
Absolutely, and I think from what I understand that final is at 1,400 metres, so it'll be interesting to hear Lachdale's thoughts and whether the 1,200 metres is his go at this stage of his career, or whether he could potentially run out 1,400 metres in time. But clearly a nice horse on the rise, makes it 2 from 2 to start the preparation, to lead all the way, and Lachdale has always had a big opinion of him. Lucky's just catching up with a few of the very, very happy owners, and then he'll weigh in and catch up with Scotty for a word. But Lakdar just having a chat with steward Brad Lewis, but here he is catching up with Scotty.
Certainly will be. Obviously, normally you'll be talking to the new stable foreman or assistant foreman because you keep holding on to that title in Shane Maynard, but it looks like he's on tour.
He is on tour. His girlfriend from Scotland is in Australia, so we've given him a couple of days off. I don't know why, but I'm happy with this man. That's Lakdar Romoli.
A man with multiple girlfriends, I'm sure, Lakdar Romoli here, left, right and centre, and even more popular after that, Lucky. He's been to Ascot twice, and you'll remember those days didn't exactly take the corner.
No, he always shows a bit of ability, but last prep when he came here at Ascot, looks like he lose a bit of ground around the corner. He just hit a soft spot, and today, jump or ride, I didn't want to lead, but if I wanted to sit after the lead, I would have to strain my mouth, and I don't think it would be good for his breathing. So I just let it stride and did the corner like really good, and then after the straight when I asked, he just gave me a bit more.
Sort of had that 1 length margin on them from about the 500 metre marker onwards and just held it.
Yeah, he was traveling very nice, and like he was like a very happy horse in running. So the stable are doing a very good job with this horse, and so just keep improving.
This was the heat of a series, and the final being worth 100,000, but back across at Belmont Park. Surely that's a good thing for him.
Yeah, it is, like not a tight corner like this one, a longer straight. So yeah, should suit the horse.
Congratulations, well done.
Thank you.
There's Lakdar Romoli combining with Jim Taylor and Let's Talk to make it back-to-back wins to start the preparation in taking out the Tap Touch Westby Platinum Autumn Series Heat number 1.